First pitch coming at you right after the break. And welcome in, everybody. Glad you're with us. We've got the American League Wild Card Series on the show. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the Baltimore Orioles. John Shambi, Chris Singleton with you. And we're just about set to get this Wild Card Series underway, Singy. Game one has outsized importance in a three-game set.
Yeah, Boog, it's a huge game. There's no doubt about it. Guys are always talking about setting the tone in game one of a series. Well, in a three-game series, that might be the only tone that gets set. So this is no ordinary series opener.
First pitch coming your way next. So almost ready to get underway. And on the hill in this one, Kyle Bradish. And Singy, he's one of the most dominant arms in all of baseball.
Well, he comes at hitters with a five-pitch mix, so for him, it's always interesting to see how he utilizes those weapons. He may lean on one or two pitches depending on how things are going and how things are working. But if he can control four or even five of those offerings, look out, hitters. It's going to be a tough day. He's really going to be able to keep those guys off balance.
And he deals. And that one fouled off. Smash down the left field line. Could be extra bases. Around first, heading for two. Around second is Bichette. And they tag him out. Now the number two hitter, Ernie Clement. That one ripped left field, way back there. And that one is off the wall. Throw back in, holds him at first, so just a single. So man aboard, and now the DH, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. And that should be extra bases. They get it in quickly. So first and second now, one out.
Everything came together for him. Fastball pretty much middle, and that's what you fall asleep dreaming about as a hitter. So no surprise he put a great swing on it.
So first and second with one man gone. Spencer Horwitz next up for the Blue Jays. The other way. And that gets down into the gap. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Bases now loaded. Only one away.
Oh, just a nice job coming through it. A pretty high leverage spot right there. Put a pretty good jolt into that one. Great swing, nice balance and weight transfer. And he got it to drop in out there in the deep part of the field.
So bases loaded with one away. And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
Right through there for a strike. The last thing he wants is to hit the ball on the ground, but I wouldn't expect many pitches up in the zone. They'll be pitching for a double play in this spot.
Here comes the 0-1. Line drive, that's a base hit. One runs in. Runner at third puts on the brakes. Bases still loaded and still only one away.
Well, they strike first as he gets the job done to bring home the run. Pretty much a model swing on that one as he ripped it into the opposite field gap. And I'm sure he's going to be watching that one back on video because that's the kind of swing you want to bottle. So many positives that led to that knock.
One down. And now the first baseman. Golden opportunity right here. Now a screamer into the outfield. Base hit! And they hold the runner at third. Bases remain loaded here. Still only one gone.
Well, he gets it done in a big spot to get the run across. Challenged him with the fastball right in the heart of the zone, and he was clearly ready to jump all over it.
And next for Toronto, Addison Barger. In the air, left side. He's got it. 2 down. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. They're dealing with a top-level arm on the mound, so this figures to be a tough matchup for them. What's the key to the offense today, Singy?
Well, Boog, I think when you got a guy that's this talented on the mound, you got to find ways to disrupt his rhythm, make him uncomfortable a little bit. The guys that can handle the bat and perhaps, bunt for a base hit, get him moving off the mound. If you're in the box.
Oh, this one high and deep, way back there. One runs in, hangs off the wall. Ball comes in, runner stops at third, bases still loaded with 2 out.
Big RBI for him right there. Just missed out on a home run right there, but he certainly hit it hard enough. Just didn't have the right launch angle to carry it over the wall, but still an excellent swing of the bat.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. And that one in the air, center field. Mullins brings it in for the 3rd out. 3 runs for him here, and they move ahead. On to the bottom of the 1st. It's the Blue Jays 3, and the Orioles coming up. Back here with my pal Singy. And on the mound in this one, Jose Barrios.
It's always interesting to see how he utilizes all of his pitches and how many of those he has a good feel for on that given day. When he's right, he's really able to keep hitters guessing, and all of his stuff seems to be coming out of the same arm slot, the same tunnel, and that can make life very difficult for his opponents.
Here's the designated hitter for the Orioles, Masataka Yoshida. And the pitch. And he pumps in a strike. One of my favorite stats all time, 1997, the Hall of Famer Craig Biggio played in all 162 games for the Astros on AstroTurf, and he never hit into a double play. Ground ball right side, and that chance handled. And a quick out, number 1. All right, let's take a look at the Orioles lineup now. All right, Siggy, how about all the talent in this lineup?
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Jordan Westburg now in the box, comes up empty with a swing there.
Starts him off with the breaking ball, which isn't surprising. They're trying to keep him off balance, but he's been known to connect on the breaking stuff too.
Makes the catch. 2 down.
Batting the shortstop.
2 outs, base is empty. Stepping in, the sluggy shortstop Gunnar Henderson. He's turned into one of the best shortstops in the game. And the first pitch misses for ball 1. And that one is lifted in the air, moving under it, and makes the grab. And that is that. So no runs, no hits, no errors, and no one left. Second inning coming up from Baltimore. It's the Blue Jays 3 and the Orioles nothing. All set for the start of the inning. Bo Bichette up to the dish.
Bo Bichette.
The pitch. Line drive. Pulls up, and that's in there for a knock.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously? We're starting with this already. Ernie Clement next up for the Blue Jays. Hit in the air, right field. Santander makes the grab. Now a throw to first, and he won't get back in time. It's a double play.
Definitely a weird play right there, and it changes the outlook of the inning completely. Nice job by the defense to take advantage and get 2 outs out of it. But on the flip side, I have to think they're going to have some discussions. There's probably some lessons learned about the base running decisions that were made.
Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 1-for-1 with a single and a run scored so far. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. Out of here. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. goes deep. It's 4-0.
Man, he looks like his dad out there hitting home runs. Well, he went up there, looking to do damage. I think he had his sights set on that pitch. He went and got it, then circled the bases.
So 2 away with nobody on. Spencer Horwitz next up for the Blue Jays. Line to left. He's got it. And that is out number 3. Toronto picks up 1 on this homer. It's now a 4-0 ball game. You're watching the American League Wild Card Series on the show. We head to the bottom of the second. Here's the Oriole cleanup hitter, Anthony Santander. He's not going to get cheated up there.
No, he's not. He's looking to do damage with every swing he takes.
Berrios back to work. Late with the swing there. Berrios, a former Gold Glove winner, 29 years old, and he was born in Puerto Rico. And a swing and a miss. 1 up, 1 down. Ryan O'Hearn comes up to hit. The Blue Jays leading by 4 here in game 1. And that one fouled off. Chris, you and I have gotten to work some memorable postseason games together. One I look back on, 2013 ALCS Game 2, the David Ortiz Grand Slam. 2 outs, base is empty. Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. And a foul ball.
For me, Boog, the game I remember is us calling the 2014 AL wildcard game. The Kansas City Royals hosting the Oakland A's. The Royals come from behind to win in extra innings and move on to the division series. They had such a great run that
Bichette whips it to first. And the Orioles set down in order. Orioles held in check there. They trail it here 4-0. Back now at Oriole Park. And now Alejandro Kirk. The right-hander back to work. Line drive, and that should be extra bases. And nice work to hold him to a single. Got it back in fast.
Tough game for him so far, Boog. Another hit, and they've just been knocking him around through the first 2 plus. He's got to get things back on track. Maybe junk a pitch that isn't working, or he might not last much longer.
Man at first. Next is the speedy first baseman. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And it hits the fence. Mullins whips it back in. Rudder stops at second. And the first 2 reach to start the inning.
Man, those are the types of hits where you don't feel any vibration in your hands whatsoever. Such a good feeling. Anytime you smoke a ball off the wall, you kind of think about what it could have been. But obviously, you have to be happy with that result.
Here's the left fielder, Addison Barger. He's 0 for 1. In the air, left field. And that'll get down for a hit. And they're happy to play station to station right here. Bases loaded, nobody out.
Didn't take long to get a result for that at bat. I don't know how he's able to shoot that pitch the other way and still put something on it. That pitch was inside, and he let it get really deep. So pretty incredible hands to fight it off and still get good wood on it.
Here's George Springer. Singled and drove in a run his first time through. Ground ball up the middle. That's a base hit. One runs in. Here comes the throw. It's off the mark, and he scores.
Picks himself up a couple of ribbies. Timing on the swing was good. Able to shoot the ball up the middle. Didn't square it up as much as he probably would have liked, but that's a good approach, paying off.
New pitcher now, Cole Irvin.
And they thought it was time to bring on a left-handed reliever from the pen with the lefty hitter coming up. I think it's a good move. I know I never liked when opposing teams did that to me.
Dalton Varsho next up for the Blue Jays. 0 for 1 with a fly out to center. There's a swing and a drive. And that one's gone into the bleachers. And that should quiet this home crowd. It's 9-0. One pitch, one swing, one home run.
Yeah, you could say that's efficiency right there. Didn't need much time in the box to make an impact. Welcome to the game. First pitch out of the bullpen, a tough one. And you know he's just trying to get one in there for a strike. And on the other side, as a hitter, it's a great time to be aggressive and let it fly. It's not what they were looking for when they turned to him, but now he's got to find a way to reset.
Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. Swing and a high fly ball out there towards left field. One away.
Now third baseman.
Now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. This one smacked out to left center. And that's a base hit. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in. Throw is offline, and he's got a double.
As soon as that one shot off his barrel, he was thinking extra bases. Really nice job of getting the bat out front, but not hooking around it or rolling over it. Just kept the swing on plane and smoked that thing into the gap.
Man at second with one away. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. will hit next. He's already homered in this game. To third. Sneaks through, base hit. Coming home. The relay hung up in a rundown now between third and home. But now he's caught in between and they put the tag on him.
Now back second baseman.
Spencer Horwitz, the next to hit. Singled and scored back in the first. He's 1 for 2. Lifted in the air, right center field. Makes a nice running catch. And that'll do it. But not before 5 cross the plate. With a big blow being this 3-run homer. It's now 9-0. Back here in Baltimore, bottom of the inning. Here's the third baseman, Ramon Urias. Pitch. That one missed. Berrios, a former All-Star. He features a sinker, a slurve, a four-seamer, a changeup, and occasionally uses a cutter. Right through there for a strike. There's a strike. This one popped up. Foul ground first base side. Makes the catch for the out. And there's one down.
Batting in, the catcher, Adley.
Here's Adley Rutschman.
All right, Boog, so I was scrolling through social media the other day, and a video of Adley popped up. It was a clip of him playing college football for Oregon State. How athletic is this guy? He tackled Stanford great Christian McCaffrey. Seriously, what can't Rutschman do on the field?
Varsho makes the grab, and there's 2 gone.
Batting ninth, the center fielder, Cedric.
2 outs, base is empty. Cedric Mullins, the next to hit for the Orioles. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. And ball one. The Orioles with a lot of ground to make up here in game one of the wild card series. Right through there, got him. And it's a 3-up, 3-down inning. Nothing doing this time around for the O's. And they're down 9-0. Game one of this wild card series. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Irvin back to work. There's a strike.
Well, these Jays putting together some really good at-bats in this game. There's been a lot to like with how they're approaching their chances at the plate. They were obviously able to run the starter out of the game in the third, so they've set the table for a win, and now I'm sure they're thinking it's time to feast.
And the 0-2. And that one hammered. Mullins going back. Pulls it in on the warning track. So if they're looking to feast, are you saying they've already got a plate but are looking to go back for seconds?
Yeah, I'd say something like that.
And here's the first baseman.
Hey.
And a pitch. That one's in there, and it's 0-2.
Well, he didn't like those first two pitches. Now in an 0-2 hole, he's going to have to battle, hope he gets a mistake.
That one ripped right center field. That's down. One hops off the wall. It's a double. Third hit of the night for him.
Seems like he got exactly what he was looking for right there. Just a solid swing right there. They caught it out front and whipped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
So man aboard. Next to hit, Addison Barger. 1 for 2. Line drive, and that's a base hit out into center field. Stop sign goes up at third. Runners at the corners with 1 out. And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. That's a base hit as a run scores.
He was all over that one. That was one of those swings that feels like you're swinging an aluminum bat. It jumped off so hard, squared it up, and it went screaming at 108 miles per hour.
So 1 out with 2 aboard. And the batter now, Dalton Varsho. Slides, but it gets by him. Around third. He'll score easily, and they extend their lead.
Well, clearly he was ready to hit right there. Got the top of the ball a little bit, but not much. That was hit pretty hard through the infield, so I think he'll be happy with that swing. Definitely generated some good bat speed.
And now the shortstop, Bo Bichette. Line drive, base hit. Throw back in, holds the runner at third. Base is now loaded. Only 1 away.
The batter, the third baseman, Ernie Clement.
Now the number 2 hitter, Ernie Clement. In there, and it's 0-1. Traffic on the bases with 2 already in to score here in game 1 of this 3-game set. In the air right field. And that is a foul ball. The pitch. Foul ball. It stays 0-2. In, headed for the plate. He'll score. 2 runs are in, and the lead continues to grow.
Couldn't have timed it up any better than that. Nice line drive to the pull side, netted out front, but just stayed through it nice enough and whipped it into the outfield.
So a new arm out of the bullpen for the Orioles, Trevor Rogers.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
Now it's the DH, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 3 for 3, 2 singles and a homer. Hot shot to third. On to O'Hearn. And Guerrero is set down.
Not the easiest thing when you're talking about a guy that's, perhaps is going to be in the rotation or maybe a long relief guy, to not start an inning, to come into an inning with pressure on it and try to get yourself comfortable.
That one is absolutely belted. And it one-hops the wall. They extend their lead as the runner scores from second. 15-0.
Gets the job done as he brings home a pair. Got a good pitch to drive, stayed short with his bat path to the ball and caught it out front, and he stayed long in his follow-through. That's how you split the gap, and that's pretty much a double every time.
So up next, Alejandro Kirk. Swing and a ball driven pretty well out towards left center. Mullins snags it on the run. So in the end, 10 come to the plate. 6 of them come around to score. On now to the bottom of the 4th. The Blue Jays on top, 15-0. And welcome back to the ballpark. Ready to go for the last half of the inning. And now the DH, Masataka Yoshida.
Thinking about Yoshida, he's never going to be the biggest player when he's on the field, but that doesn't mean he can't hit. He gets on base and doesn't strike out very often. That combo makes you a valuable asset to your club.
And there's the strike.
These Orioles just lacking discipline at the plate in this ballgame. So many of their outs have come from weak contact on pitches they're chasing outside of the strike zone. You can't do much of anything with those locations, and that's been true again today.
The second base.
So digging in, Jordan Westburg. 0 for 1 so far.
And as a pitcher, when the hitters are swinging at everything, you feel no need to challenge inside the zone. You just keep working the corners and expanding that strike zone and beyond, and they just keep eating right out of your hand.
Caught him looking for the K.
Oh, there's a 3-pitch strikeout. He can do whatever he wants with the baseball right now.
Shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
And the batter will be the shortstop, Gunnar Henderson.
Well, he's been incredibly efficient in this one. First pitch strike percentage over 70%. That's well above league average, and that's what's allowed him to pitch well up until this point.
Comes up empty. That's strike 2.
This guy's pounding the zone. Hitters don't have time to think in between pitches.
Got him looking. And a nice inning of work there as he sets him down 1-2-3. Orioles held in check there. Start the bus. They're down 15-0. New inning getting started. Now it's going to be number 9. Rogers, the tall lefty, 26 years old, and he's one of the few players in Major League Baseball born in New Mexico. And a base hit. Man aboard on the leadoff single.
Having himself a really nice game at the plate. Really good swing right there. He got a pitch that he knew he could handle, allowed himself to stay back just a tad bit longer, and he hit the ball on the screws.
And the batter now, Addison Barger. High fly ball down the left field line. And out number 1 on the grab. Oh, the throw is wild.
Now batting, right fielder, George
And the batter is George Springer. 3 for 3 with 3 singles. That one ripped. That's not coming back. And they add a pair. It's 17-0.
With a low 90s fastball, you have to live on the edges and hit your spots. If you don't, you'll get hit hard. Really good swing there. Patient, you waited for it. It was like BP all over again.
Line drive, and that should be extra bases. Makes the turn and heads for second. And it's a double, making him 3 for 4 on the day.
I'm sure he feels really good about that one. Loud contact leads to the double. I mean, you could tell it had extra bases written all over it as it jumped off of his stick.
Back to the top of the lineup, and now for the Jays, Bo Bichette. Swings and blasts one deep to left center, and no one can get there. The run comes in from second, and they extend their lead.
Stringing them together, that's 3 hits in a row. Everything was mechanically sound with that swing right there. I mean, that's pretty much what you're wanting to replicate with every rep you take. You want good balance, barrel directly to the baseball, and good long extension.
Cionel Perez on to pitch here.
And we all know about his slider. It's just filthy, man. And one of the better ones in the game, I'd say. Spin rate's very high, and it just breaks a ton.
So up next, Ernie Clement. Ripped on a line to center. And it's caught for the out. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's already homered here in this one. That one finds the zone. Strike one. Meanwhile, activity in the bullpen. Dylan Tate is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Swing and a miss. And that is strike 2.
I guess you throw it that hard, you can get away with locations like that right down the middle. But I still think it's a dangerous pitch. Don't want to do it again.
Now, that ends the inning and stops things from getting out of hand. 3 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and 1 left on. Last half of the 5th coming up. Toronto leads this one 18-0. And we're back. John Shelby with my buddy Chris Singleton. It's set to get us started. Bottom 5, Anthony Santander. Here comes a pitch. And that's off the inside edge. And that's ball 1.
You know, these Orioles just aren't putting together very many good at-bats in this one. We're in the back half of the game, and they're still searching for a base runner. He's been great out there on the mound, no doubt. But it's also been a disappointing performance at the plate to this point.
Bichette whips it to first. And the leadoff man set down in their half of the 5th. Ryan O'Hearn, the next to hit for the Orioles. Went down on strikes his first time through.
And as we get deeper, it's not going to get any easier. These at-bats are going to feel more and more desperate with every out the rest of the way.
And there's a foul ball. Base is empty, 1 away. Last half of inning number 5. Good eye right there. In the air, left field. That's out number 2.
Now batting, left fielder.
Colton Cowser, the next to hit for the Orioles. Grounded out his first time. Right through there for a strike.
Now this guy is just filling up the strike zone right now. Don't want to get yourself in an 0-2 hole. You better be ready to pull the trigger on the first pitch.
2 outs, base is empty. Just misses. Now 1-2. And they'll do it again.
Well, this offense has just been locked down. Almost 5 full innings of shutout baseball.
2 outs. Good job to fight that one off. The pitch. This one in the air, center field. Varsho moving under it. Makes the catch, inning over. Back now at Oriole Park. All right, we go to the top half of inning number 6. Now the Toronto 4-hole hitter, Spencer Horwitz. And the pitch. High fly ball down the left field line. Way back there. Can't get to it as it drops into the corner. In safely with a double, his second of the day.
The batter, the catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
So man aboard, and now the catcher comes up to hit. Alejandro Kirk. Right down the chute, strike 1.
Well, these Blue Jays doing a good job of simply getting the bat on the ball in this game, and the numbers back that up. Double-digit hits, and they've done a great job of avoiding the strikeout. Only one of them so far, which tells you a lot.
And a pitch. Splits the plate. That's strike 2. Line drive, and that's a base hit into center field. And they get it in quickly. First and third now with nobody out.
So important to get into the fielding position as you deliver that baseball. That is a scary one. Watch your lips.
And now the first baseman, 4 for 4 with a double and 3 singles. Fastball for a strike. Horwitz, the runner at third. Kirk at first with no outs. Next offering is in for a strike.
Well, in this situation with a runner on first, less than 2 outs, some say, hey, get the ground ball, double play. With 2 strikes, some people say get the strikeout. I think you just execute your pitch, make the best pitch you possibly can, and let the result be whatever it's going to be.
Got him looking, and he didn't like the call.
Well, I think that's a case of overthinking right there. Got 3 straight fastballs looking in the 0-2 count just to pour it back.
That one fouled off. Foul ball there. Runners at the corners, 1 away. And we're in the top half of the 6th. Now that's smacked to right center. Mullins puts it in on the run. It's a sac fly as he comes across the score, and the lead continues to grow. And now the right fielder, George Springer. 4 for 4. He singled 3 times and hit a homer.
We just saw another really good swing in that last at bat. It didn't result in a hit, but those types of cuts are the reason why they're playing with the lead right now.
On the ground to third, and it finds its way through for a hit. Lead runner makes the turn at second. Caught up now trying to get to third, and they put the tag on him for the out. So it's 1 run on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 man left. 7, 8, 9 due up in the home half of the inning. The Jays are out in front, 19-0. bottom of the 6th inning. And here is Ramon Urias. On the ground to third, Clement. To first, leadoff man retired in the 6th.
The catcher, number 35, Adley Rutschman.
Now the catcher up to hit, Adley Rutschman. Close, but called a ball. And that is ball 1. Ripped to short. He is safe. And he beats the throw by a whisker. Singy, that was a close play. But it looks like they're considering challenging the safe call.
Really close, Boog, and tough to tell in real time. We weren't sure, so you really can't blame them for wanting to take another look.
Well, they are going to challenge the call, and so now the decision will be made by the umpires in the replay center back in New York. Here's one more look. They called him safe, and I'm not sure that there's anything here to overturn the call. What about you, Singy?
I don't think so, Boog. I mean, we need something obvious to overturn it, and I just don't see it.
So they've made a decision, and the runner is safe. The original call is confirmed, and that leaves them without any challenges the rest of the way.
Upon video review, the umpires have upheld the call of safe at first base.
Man at first with one gone. And next for the Orioles, Cedric Mullins. Safe at first as they can't make the play.
Now back, the designated hitter,
So the lineup flips over. Next to hit, Masataka Yoshida. That one to first, and he picks it up and he'll put it in his pocket. And that's a strike.
No ball, 2 strikes.
Got him looking, that's a strikeout.
Now back, the second
Jordan
baseman,
Westburg, the next to hit for the Orioles.
Westburg.
Swings through that one for strike 1.
These hitters have been very aggressive early in the count, but when you're down, you might want to be a little more patient, take some pitches, see if you can extend those at-bats and get some base runners on.
On the ground, right side. To first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. Base is full, 2 gone. So next to hit for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson. Fought off foul. Next offering is fouled back. Bounce to the left side. Base hit. 1 run is in. Another comes in to score.
Nicely done. Brings home 2. Just a simple ground ball the other way that had eyes on it, man. Sometimes that's all you need to do. Just let the ball travel, put the ball in play, and just hope it finds a hole.
Santander now at the plate as he swings through strike 1. Two outs. Couple of base runners at first and second. The 0-2. Spoils a 2-strike pitch, and he'll see another. 2 on, 2 outs. And he grounds one to the right side. And that one handled. Fires over to first. And that'll keep more runs from coming in. Inning over. They put 2 on the board. 3 hits. No errors. But 2 are left stranded. On to the 7th here in Game 1. The Blue Jays on top. 19-2. Welcome back. We're in the 7th. We have a new pitcher on the mound. Seranthony Dominguez.
Seranthony Dominguez.
Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho.
The center fielder.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
pitch. And a seed into center. That's a base hit. And that turns the lineup over.
The bat, number 11.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. Bo Bichette digs in now. Ripped on a line. Kaiser makes the grab on the run.
Now back, the third baseman, Ernie Clement.
So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Here's a rocket out to left. Kaiser sails under it and makes the catch. And there's 2 away. Man at first. And next is the designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at second. 2 on now with 2 away. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Now it's the second baseman, Spencer Horwitz. Hard ground ball, base knock. Throw in holds the lead runner at third, so it'll be bases loaded and 2 gone.
Now back, catcher, Alejandro.
Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. And there's a rocket into the outfield. 1 run is in. 2 runs are in.
With that fastball, even though it's high velocity, you've got to live on the outer edges. When it's right on a tee, right down.
Dylan Tate gets the ball now.
Number 55, Dylan.
And here's the first baseman. In the air to left down the line. And a foul ball. And a foul ball. The pitch. Base hit and a run comes in.
Now back, left field, Addison Barger.
Now the left fielder, Addison Barger. Smoked into left, base hit. Throw in holds the lead runner at third, so it'll be bases loaded and 2 gone.
Clearly seeing the ball very well in this one. Textbook bat control right there. Got a pitch on the outside, saw it deep into the zone, and just barreled it up, went the other way for the knock.
2 outs, bases loaded. And next for Toronto, George Springer. Lays out, but he can't squeeze it to first, and he beats it. Everyone's safe. The run scores from third, and they extend their lead. So 2 down, and now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. Base knock right field. 1 run across. 2 runs across now.
Well, that started and ended pretty quickly. No messing around right there. Nice line drive to the pull side right there, but he didn't spin off of it. That's the key.
Ryan Baker gets the call from the pen.
Number 33, Ryan Baker.
So the batting order turns over. Bo Bichette next up for the Blue Jays. This one smoked out to left. Makes the play, and it's out number 3. But tack on 6 more as they just continue to turn it on in this one. Midway in inning number 7, and it's time to stretch. Jays lead it 25-2. Back here in Baltimore, set for the last half of the 7th. And into the box for Baltimore, Ryan O'Hearn. And the pitch. That clips the corner. That one finds the zone. That is strike 2. And down on strikes he goes. Picks up strikeout number 7.
Well, he's been racking up the strikeouts, and what's so impressive, not walking anyone. I mean, this guy's just going right after hitters, filling up the strike zone, and it looks like hitters, they're trying to think with him, but they just are a pitch behind. Dominating stuff out there on the mound.
On to first, and a couple of quick outs.
Now the third baseman, Ramon.
And next for the Orioles, Ramon Urias. And first offering is fouled off. The Jays up big in this one here in the late stages of game 1. Right through there for a strike. Just misses the mark outside the zone. Popped up. Corrals it. That is the inning. For the top of the 8th, now the third baseman, Ernie Clement. And here it comes. And it's fouled away. Baker is what you're looking for in a good reliever. The ball stays in the ballpark. It's so hard to square him up. Righty delivers. Lays out and makes the play.
That diving catch right there is the kind of play that just fires up the team, whether it's to make more great defensive plays or to get back in the dugout and swing the sticks.
Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Lifted to left center, way back there, and that is gone. A gigantic blast. His second home run of the game, and they add a run. It's 26-2. That one just sounded different.
And might have been the loudest moment yet. Man, my ears are ringing. I can feel that swing from the booth.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
1 out, bases empty. And here is Spencer Horwitz. That's a hit. So they get a man aboard with a 1-out single.
Yeah, he stays out of the middle and pitches either at the bottom or at the top on the edges. And because of that, if you do get it in the air, it's usually just a high fly ball. And when it's down in the zone, it's on the ground.
And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Liner, and that should be extra bases. Horwitz around second, headed for third. Lead runner holds at third, so 2 runners in scoring position and just 1 out.
The first baseman, Joey
And now the first baseman.
Lopez.
Base hit, 1 run in already. Throw comes in and holds the runner at third. They're at the corners now with still only 1 away.
Well done. Drives in the run. Tried to get inside on him, but he was ready for it. Just kept his hands in and turned on the pitch. Quick bat through the zone.
Coming out for the Orioles, Gregory Soto.
Number 65, Gregory Soto.
And now Addison Barger. That's in there. That's strike 1. Lefty out of the stretch. Runners at first and third. Fastball for a strike. 0-2 now. Lifted in the air, out to left. Cowser settles underneath it. Hauls it in for the out. And there are 2 down.
The right fielder, number 4,
George Springer now at the plate. There's a strike. Movement in the Orioles bullpen. Craig Kimbrell is up and throwing for Brandon Hyde. Two outs. Swing and a miss as he was late that time.
Well, he homered earlier in the game, but showing no fear on the mound so far in this at-bat. He's just attacking the strike zone.
In the air to left center. Mullins in pursuit. And that's the 3rd out. So 2 runs in the inning on 4 hits, no errors, but 2 are left stranded. Last half of the 8th coming up. Toronto leads this one 27-2. And welcome back to the ball. On to the bottom of the 8th, and now the switch hitting catcher, Adley Rutschman.
Unless things start to change, the pressure tomorrow is really going to be on this home side. You can afford to lose game 1, but you can't go down 0-2 at home. So they'll need to forget about this one quickly.
Swinging a foul straight back. Gets a piece, and it stays 0-2. At the belt and fires. Swing and a miss. Struck him out. And there's 1 down.
Oh, nothing too fancy on the strikeout pitch right there. Just a low 90s fastball. I'm not sure he was trying to challenge him, but that's pretty much what happened. Very hittable location, but he found a way to just get it by him.
And first offering is fouled off. Base is empty, 1 away. Here the bottom half of the 8th inning. Left-hand hitter waits. Foul ball still 0-2.
Also really good at bat. What I like about this guy, his bat stays in the zone for a long time. Gives him the ability to foul off tough pitches.
Struck him out looking.
Well, that's not the best 2-strike fastball I've seen, but certainly got away with the location there. You'll sometimes, as a hitter, when you're down in the count, you're so focused on a pitcher painting the black, and you just get a little bit locked up on something down the heart of the plate, not expecting it, and it just kind of freezes you.
Bounce to the right. And he picks it up in foul territory. Left-hand batter waits. And that's in for a strike. The Orioles with a lot of ground to make up here in game 1 of this 3-game set. Going 2 now. And down on strikes. And good work there as he gets a 1-2-3.
Impeccable command in that one. 3 batters, 3 strikeouts. That's electric stuff out there on the mound.
Back now at Oriole Park. All set to start the 9th in this one. And now the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Soto back to work. That's hard hit on the line. And there's 1 away.
Sometimes you want to be aggressive early in the bat. He was right there. Hard line out. First pitch of the inning. No reward, but hey, you got to keep swinging it.
Here's the shortstop at the plate, Bo Bichette. Into center field, base hit. So a man aboard now with 1 away.
These hitters today are so great with handling velocity. They're seeing high speeds day after day, and a nice job of turning that one around.
So up next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Now a screamer into the outfield. Makes the grab, and there's 2 down.
Now back, designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Next is the designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. He's provided a couple of memorable moments already today.
Yeah, Boog, 2 impactful home runs, and the second one came in the 8th inning. This guy's swinging a red-hot bat in this one.
That one ripped. Cowser pulls it down and he makes the catch. And that is that. 1 hit, 1 left. 2-3-4 set to hit in the bottom of the 9th. The Blue Jays on top, 27-2. And we're back. We get to the bottom of the 9th and into the box for Baltimore. Jordan Westburg. The pitch. A little out front there as he swings through it.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
And a foul ball. You just don't see it that much anymore. A guy being this efficient and getting this deep into the game.
I wonder if he's going to be able to close it out. There's just something about that 9th inning. But being at under 100 pitches, he's still got plenty of fuel left in the tank.
Got him looking. Looks like he's picked up right where he left off.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher are on the same page right now.
So next to hit for Baltimore, Gunnar Henderson, 1 for 3. On the ground. And they're down to their last out.
Up next is the right fielder,
Anthony Santander at the plate. 0 for 3 with 2 groundouts and a strikeout. Right through there for a strike.
Well, I think that pitch surprised all of us. Right down the middle, doesn't get us.
Ground ball, and this should do it. Throw to first, ball game. And the Blue Jays take game 1 of the series on the road. So the Toronto Blue Jays take game 1 of this wild card series. A huge win for them in hostile territory.
Yeah, Blue, they've still got their work cut out for them in this series, having to play on the road. But like you said, it's a huge win to jump ahead 1-0 in a short 3-game series. Just have to win one of the next 2 games to move on to the next round.
And on the home side of this one, obviously a disappointing result both for the team and the fans. But with home field advantage throughout, this series still has a lot up in the air. Well, Singy, it wasn't pretty, but here's another look at the final line.
Yeah, Boog, this one wasn't close. Not a lot of drama at the end either, and you just don't see a lot of blowouts in the postseason.
So this one got a little out of hand. For Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show, I'm John Shambi saying so long.
Time of the ball game, 4 hours and 2 minutes. Tonight's paid attendance at the ballpark, 45,971. The Orioles would like to thank you for attending tonight's ball game and remind you to please drive home safely.
place is ready. We'll be right back to get this series started in just a minute. Hello, baseball fans, and welcome. Game 1 of the American League Division Series. It's the Toronto Blue Jays taking on the New York Yankees. Joined by my partner, Chris Singleton, I'm John Shambi. Game 1 is always critical in a postseason series, Singy.
Yeah, and this is when you love having home field advantage, Boog. If you capture Game 1, you're full of confidence that you've got a chance to ride that momentum for the rest of the series.
And on the visiting side, starting pitching is always the big key in a game like this to kick off a series.
Yeah, you need a strong performance on the mound. That's the #1 way to cancel out the home field edge we just mentioned.
All right, we'll be back to get this one started after this. About to get started here for Game 1. And towing the slab, Luis Gil.
Well, just a 3-pitch mix in his arsenal, which, it's not a lot for a starter. So always very important for him to have a good feel and command all 3. Sometimes you can make that 3 look like 4 if you add or subtract a little bit of velocity on one. But one thing about it can be easy to get too predictable out there on the mound. So hitters are aware of that. Mixing those 3 pitches in all counts is going to be a big key for him in this one.
And a base hit. Around first, digging for 2. Now the tag at second, and he's out. Trying for 2.
Gotta love the hustle and the attitude there to try to stretch that single into a double, but unfortunately thrown out at second base. He was so close to being in scoring position.
Swing and a ball hammered left field. And that one hops the wall. Around first, heading for 2. And he's in with a stand-up double.
Went up there looking to be aggressive and got something he could handle. When you connect and it jumps off your bat like that, you're thinking double at the very least. Put a great swing on it, and man, he wasn't fooled at all.
Vladimir Guerrero Jr. now. There's a swing and a drive. That one hops against the fence. And they'll score first. It's 1-0. Guerrero into second, and he's got a double.
Just so sound in his mechanics. Hits against a firm front side, and the hands just continue to carry through the middle of the field.
One out, runner at second. And next will be the cleanup hitter, Spencer Horwitz. And a foul ball left side. One out and a runner at second here in Game 1 of the ALDS. Swung on, belted. Verdugo running hard, but won't get there. It's into the gap. Runner from second crosses the plate. It's 2-0. And he's got a double.
Puts a run on the board and picks up an RBI. Man, that feels so good to shoot an absolute bolt the opposite way. Split the gap and know that you've got extra bases right off the bat. That's the kind of thing hitters dream about when they're falling asleep at night.
One down. Alejandro Kirk next up for the Blue Jays. And there's a fly ball deep right field. That's back. Hauls it in on the warning track. Runner tags at second. The relay throw. Tries to get back and save. Let's take a look at the lineup for the Blue Jays. Now it's the rookie first baseman. Going around. 2 runs across in the inning here in game 1. Right side, hard hit. Throws to first. That ends the inning, and they limit the damage. But 2 runs for them, and they jump ahead. Bottom half of inning number 1 coming up. Blue Jays 2, and the Yankees coming to bat. Back in the Bronx, and starting in this one, Chris Bassitt.
He really relies on working down in the zone with that heavy sinker he's got. You know, it's not as popular to throw that pitch today as it used to be because guys are looking to hit balls down in the zone, get them up in the air. It's very important for him when facing same-side hitters to be able to get it in, especially early in the count. And to opposite guys, be able to throw it at that front hip and run it over the inside corner.
Anthony Volpe, the leadoff batter, as he swings through it for strike 1.
Well, after scoring runs, this is where you're looking for that shutdown inning. Get that hot team back in there to swing the bats.
Right-hander kick steals. Fly ball down the line. Springer there makes the catch. 1 down. As we take a look now at the New York Yankees lineup. Chris, this is a lineup offensively that could be really good for years to come.
They're deep, first and foremost, but the way that they can manipulate their personnel for matchups and everything else, it's very intelligent the way that they use their team. And I think it creates a little bit of uncertainty for opposing teams, especially in a big game, big series.
Down to the dirt, swing and a miss. 1 out, base is empty. In the air, right field, pretty well struck. Out of here, a foul ball. And they're on the scoreboard. It's 2-1.
Well, baseball gave us Jazz, and Jazz Chisholm Jr. gives baseballs to lucky fans with home runs like that. Off the bat, it looked like it had plenty of distance, but there was just no telling if it was going to stay fair. I mean, he really hooked that thing down the right field line, but good thing that big pole was there to let us know. Could have very easily just been a long strike if he hit it out front any more than he did.
And a foul ball. And the 0-1. Swing and a pop-up. Foul territory for the catcher. Hauls it in, 2 away.
It's a good recovery, though, after giving up the home run. Not allowing it to stay in the head, but going to work at the next hitter, and a tough one at that.
2 outs, base is empty. And now it's Juan Soto. Singing, you can't ask for anything more. This guy checks all the boxes offensively.
He's the ultimate professional, and it doesn't just start at game time. It starts in the afternoon, the way he prepares and gets ready for the ball game. I tell you what, his teammates feed off of the leadership that he shows on and off the field.
Ripped to third. Sends it to first, and that will end the inning. Another look at the long ball for the Yankees. And it's now a 2-1 ball game. This is the American League Division Series on the show. Here at New Yankee Stadium in the Bronx, top of the second, and stepping in, the rookie left fielder, Addison Barger. And that one is lifted in the air. Judge really on his horse for this one. Hauls it in after a long run. And there's one away. Here's George Springer. Nothing like postseason baseball. There's a buzz in the air. Every pitch seems bigger. It's truly special. to center and a base hit. So they get a man aboard with a one-out single.
There really is a different feel to the postseason. I only got 5 games of postseason action in my playing career, but I treasured each of them.
And now it's Dalton Varsho. Swing and a line drive, base hit out into center field. They fired in quickly, so it's first and second with only one away. Bo Bichette up to the dish. Ripped on a line. Nice grab on the run. And there's 2 down. So first and second with 2 outs. Here's the third baseman, Ernie Clement. 1 for 1 with a double and a run scored. Yeah, he swings and misses, and it's nothing to do.
Just a bit tardy there. Not sure if he had a hard time picking it up out of the hand or if he was sitting off speed.
Hammers that one deep left field, and forget it. And they boost their lead. It's 5-1. 2 pitches, 2 swings, that one for a home run.
Looking to be aggressive all the way, and it paid off for him in a big way. Looks like this guy was looking out over the plate, but he was ready to turn on the inside fastball. So direct to the pitch, absolutely blasted out of this ballpark.
Base is empty with 2 away. Here's Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That one drilled left field. That's a hit. So a 2-out knock keeps the inning alive.
Wasting no time. He's 2 for 2 now on the night, and just a triple and home run away from the cycle.
Seriously, we're starting with this already. Runner at first with 2 away. Digging in, Spencer Horwitz. He doubled home a run at his first AB. And he swings and lifts one to deep center field. In one hops off the wall, should be extra bases. Lead runner gets the stop sign at third. It's a 2-out double, second and third now. Well, Singy, he is locked in there.
Well, he's really slowed the game down, and it's like he's moving in full speed, and everybody is a step or 2 behind. The way that he squared up that baseball tells me that he is seeing it like a beach ball.
So 2 on with 2 away. Alejandro Kirk will hit next. Flied to right his first time. Fly ball down the line. Soto going after it. No trouble here. Puts it away for the out. And that is that. But the biggest swing of the inning comes right here. A 3-run homer. It's now 5-1. You're watching the American League Division Series on the show. Bottom of the second. And stepping in for the Yankees, Giancarlo Stanton. Stanton, a powerful designated hitter, hitting 5th in today's lineup. Can't forget to mention he's a former MVP. The wind of the pitch. And that one fouled off. Next pitch downstairs. 1-1. And Drummond, our umpire behind the plate in this one.
Yeah, Boog, he's a really fair umpire, both the pitchers and the hitters. So standard strike zone, he's consistent with it. And the great thing is you don't see players question the calls too much. So that's a good thing in this day and age.
1 ball, 2 strikes.
The wind of the pitch. Swings through it, and that's a strikeout.
Well, that's a curveball that I'm sure he wants back at the plate. 2 strikes, the sort of pitch you're hoping for, a bit of a mistake, and I'd say in a very hittable location, but clearly the break was enough to get him to swing through it.
Here's Jose Trevino, and there's a foul ball. Kicks and fires. Swinging a foul straight back. Kicks and deals. Goes down looking. And next for New York, Oswaldo Cabrera. And that's in the dirt. And that's ball one. The Blue Jays leading by 4, bottom half of inning number 2. Next offering is in for a strike.
Man, this guy's got a great feel for his breaking ball today.
Bounced out to short. Bichette in plenty of time to first, and the Yanks go quietly. So the Yanks go in order. They're down here 5-1. Back here in New York at the plate, number 9.
The first baseman, number 9, Joey Locatello.
As he turns on the rubber, and with that good live arm delivers. Hard hit, left field, base hit. And the leadoff man aboard.
Tough game for him so far, Boog. Another hit, and they've just been knocking him around through the first 2+. He's got to get things back on track. Maybe junk a pitch that isn't working, or he might not last much longer.
And next for Toronto, Addison Barger. He's 0 for 1. And that one hammered. Judge going back. Gone. And they add to the lead. It's 7-1.
That's an impressive swing of the bat to go over the wall to the opposite field gap. And, you know, there are a lot of guys that just don't have the pop to do that, and probably just as many who don't have the approach either. He let that ball travel, and he got great extension on the follow through to drive it out of here.
And here comes the Yankees manager to the mound. Pitching change coming. Luis Gil out of the game, and as he heads off, we'll step aside for a minute. Back with the new pitcher after this break. A new arm into the game, the righty, Marcus Stroman.
Number 0.
Well, they need someone to stop the bleed and keep the score right where it is. Seems like a tough task today with the way this lineup is swinging it.
And it'll be George Springer to step to the plate. Right through there for a strike. Stroman, an all-star a season ago. He features a sinker, a cutter, a slider, a slurve, and occasionally works in a splitter. Righty to the plate. That one hammered, but pulled foul. A line to kick the pitch. Well struck left field. And gone. They go back to back. And they add on. It's 8-1. He absolutely crushed that one.
No doubt about that one, Boog. We knew it wasn't coming back. Back-to-back jacks, and this club is fired up right now, Boog. I mean, this is the kind of thing where you really start to notice hitters in a lineup feeding off each other, and the collective confidence just continues to grow.
Smoke to right center, and this one's gonna go out of here. massive home run. And they tack on to their lead. It's 9-1. That was blasted.
Absolutely, no doubt off the bat.
Let's break out the StatCast numbers. At Singy, it tells us this home run was projected at more than 450 feet.
Yeah, and not many players can hit home runs as far as this one. That's a special feeling, and I'm sure he was giggling a little bit as he was jogging around the bases. That was one heck of a swing he put on the baseball.
And first offering is fouled off. And the righty deals. High fly ball out to left field. Verdugo pulls it down, and there's one down. Now the number 2 hitter, Ernie Clement. He's already homered in this game. Line drive. Drops for a hit. He couldn't run it down. Cut off, throw to second, and he's out, trying for 2. 2 outs, base is empty. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. next up for the Blue Jays. That one is absolutely belted. This looks like extra bases. Now he'll turn for second. Pulls in with a double. 3rd hit for him today.
He has had such a good day today. I don't think he's going to want to leave when it's over.
Couple of doubles today for the DH. And in scoring position with 2 away. Spencer Horwitz next up for the Blue Jays. Drilled out towards left center field. That's well struck. And one hops off the wall. Should be extra bases. The run comes in from second. It's 10-1.
Anytime you rip a line drive the other way, you feel really good about what you did at the plate. You trusted your hands, you let the ball travel, and you took the barrel straight to it. That's great work right there.
Man at second here with 2 away. Here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. Swings and blasts one deep to left center. That's back there. And it's caught just in front of the wall.
Oh, man, amazing catch to end the inning. As a former outfielder, I'm feeling proud right now. Saw the wall, didn't get afraid, held on to the ball.
Set for the bottom of the 3rd. Stepping in, Alex Verdugo.
Clearly down in this ball game, and you can't look at the deficit and try to get it all back in one swing. It's got to come one at bat at a time, and even shrink it down smaller, pitch to pitch. Make that guy on the mound work to get you out.
Hard hit left side. Zips it to first, and Verdugo is set down.
The first baseman.
And here's the first baseman. That one finds the zone, and it's 0-1. Swing and a miss, and that's strike 2. 1 down, base is empty. Foul ball, it stays 0-2. The line of the pitch. He goes down looking.
Really love the pitch sequence right there. I'm telling you what, pitcher and catcher on the same page right now.
Shortstop, Anthony Volpe.
And up next for New York, Anthony Volpe. Popped up. Settles underneath it. And that ends the inning. Yanks held in check. They're down 9. It's 10-1. Game 1 of the division series. And now for the Jays, number 9.
Joey Lotito.
And he deals. And immediately pumps in a strike to the left-handed hitter. Saying 4 homers in 22 games at Old Yankee Stadium. What do you remember?
Well, I remember my rookie year hitting 2 in one game. And, before that game in the clubhouse, there was a gentleman there who owned a suit company there in downtown Manhattan, and he said to me, "Hey kid, you hit a home run in the game tonight. Come over to the store tomorrow and I'll give you a free suit."
So up next for Toronto, Addison Barger. He's already homered here in this one. Now this is in the air down the line. Verdugo running hard. Brings it in with a nice running grab. 1 away.
So I went into the game. I happened to hit 2 when I walked into the store the next day, and he looked at me and said, "You're trying to put me out of business, aren't you?" And that was a great experience that I had as a rookie playing against the Yankees, playing in New York.
Puts it in the air out towards left center. Judge really on his horse for this one. Grabs it on the run. And there's 2 away.
Every day during batting practice, these outfielders get about 10 minutes of balls in the gaps. They practice this, and when the game comes, they make the play perfectly.
So man aboard. Here's the center fielder, Dalton Varsho. Base hit. Throw stops the lead runner at second. 2 on and 2 out.
The batter, number 11. Bo Bichette.
So the lineup flips over. Bo Bichette gets a chance to hit. In the air, out towards left center. Judge makes the grab, and that'll end the inning. Blue Jays leave a pair, but they maintain their 10-1 lead. Back now in the Bronx, leading off, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
Third baseman, Jazz Chisholm Jr.
With the right-hander back to work. Hit in the air, center field. Varsho moving under it. He's there. He's got it. And there's 1 down.
The center fielder, number 99.
Here is Aaron Judge. 0 for 1. Popped out foul to the catcher his first time up.
For you growing up in New York City, I mean, you're a big sports fan. Tell me about your experience with the Yankees growing up.
I really went to Shea Stadium more than I did to Yankee Stadium. I grew up a Phillies fan. There was one game, though, that I went to as a kid. I sat in the upper deck. It was the game that Bo Jackson hit 3 homers in his first 3 plate appearances and then hurt his shoulder diving for Deion Sanders inside the park home run. That's probably the most memorable game that I ever attended as a fan at Old Yankee Stadium. Judge out on the play.
Up next for the Yankees, the right fielder.
2 outs, base is empty. Here's Juan Soto. Grounded out his first time.
When he steps into the batter's box, the comfort level looks so high. It doesn't matter what kind of delivery that pitcher has, what kind of velocity, what kind of secondary stuff. He is so settled in there. He owns the home plate area.
That's in there. And the count is 0-2. Battling here as he fouls it away. The Jays up big in this one. We're here in the bottom of the 4th. Hit on the ground to the right side. He takes it himself to the bag, and that'll do it. New pitcher for the Yankees, Mark Leiter Jr.
And with the big deficit on the scoreboard, he almost has to just put that out of his mind. Every outing matters for relievers and their numbers, but I think it's tough to get up for this type of appearance the same way you would for one in a close game.
And now for the Jays, Ernie Clement.
And it may be a long shot, but a triple here will give him the cycle.
Here comes a pitch. That one ripped left field. It bangs off the wall. The throw into second. The tag out. So now the DH spot, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. Ripped on a line to center. Makes the grab for the second out.
Not fooled at all right there. He was clearly all over it, but sometimes you hit it too hard and right at someone. You're looking for one of those bloop hits to get a knock sometimes.
Spencer Horwitz next up for the Blue Jays. Base knock center field, and that should be extra bases. And wow, he puts on the brakes at first, so just a 2-out single.
Up next to the Blue Jays.
Here's the Toronto catcher, Alejandro Kirk. 3 flyouts already. He's 0 for 3. This to center field. Judge makes the grab, and that's the inning. Back in the Bronx, we head to the bottom of the 5th. Now it's the DH, Giancarlo Stanton. And the pitch. On the corner for a strike.
You know, these Yankees, as you probably noticed, haven't been shy at the plate at all. In fact, they've probably been too aggressive at times. They're swinging at more than 70% of the first pitches they've seen today, and it's just not working out for them.
And a foul ball, he stays alive.
So those first pitch numbers tell me they should try to find a way to slow this game down a bit. Things have been moving just too quickly for them at times.
The punch out there. One gone here.
Well, I can't argue with that one, and clearly he was looking for something else, anything but the breaking ball. It's a great pitch to hit right there if you're looking for it, and kind of a gift in a 2-strike count. But sometimes you just get fooled and you got to tip your cap.
Trevino batting for the second time, and that's strike 1. Next offering in there for a strike, and it's 0-2. 1 down, base is empty. And that just misses.
It's a good take.
1 ball, 2 strikes to count.
The pitch. Waves at the bender for the strikeout.
Perfectly executed 12-6 curveball right there, and with that kind of break, if you can drop it in below the zone like that, it's going to look like a strike the entire way coming in and then just disappear. So hard to get under the ball unless you're really gearing up for it, and you might need a pitching wedge.
That one ripped. And it bangs off the foul pole home run. That one felt good. It's 10-2.
Well, he really crushed that thing down the line, and everyone had to hold their breath until it clanked off the pole. And every time that happens, it just kind of feels like a trick shot or something. But really, it's just a stroke of luck that it stays fair long enough.
Here's Alex Verdugo. That misses, and it's 1-0. Verdugo in his 7th season, 27 years old, and he was a second-round pick back in 2014. Headed down the line. Springer on the move. And puts the squeeze on that one. And that is that. But a solo home run will at least get this closer to respectability. It's now a 10-2 ball game. Back at Yankee Stadium, and now the first baseman, number 9. Leiter back to work. That one lifted to left. Verdugo gets under it. Hauls it in for the out.
The batter, the left-hander,
Addison Barger next up for the Blue Jays. 1 for 3. And first offering is fouled off. Swing and a miss. He was late. Strike 2. Movement in the bullpen. Phil Bickford up and loosening in the pen. Loaisiga getting cranked up as well. One down, base is empty. In the air, center field. Sizes this one up. Squeezes it. 2 away.
the right fielder, number 4.
2 outs, base is empty. George Springer next up for the Blue Jays. Lifted to left center, way back there, and that is gone. That was blasted to the moon. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they add a run. It's 11-2. And their 5th home run of the game.
Some things in this sport are contagious, Boog, and right now for this team, clearly it's the long ball. Love to see a hitter aggressive on the first pitch of an at-bat. You watch him from the on-deck circle, so when you step in the box, you're ready to pull the trigger wherever it's at. Really good job by the hitter. Total conviction on that swing.
So 2 away with nobody on. Dalton Varsho getting ready to hit. And there's a strike. Two down, nobody on. And a ground ball to first, and it stays fair. And his hot hitting continues.
They kept him in the yard that time, but all he's doing now is passing the baton, and everything seems to get started around this guy.
Back to the top of the lineup. Now here's the leadoff man for the Blue Jays, Bo Bichette. Down the line. And it's foul. And a pitch. That's a laser base hit. Lead runner touches second, headed for third. Not in time. He's safe.
Couple of singles back to back. That pretty much split the zone down the middle, and those are the ones where you got to make them pay.
Ernie Clement, the next to hit. 4 for 4 with a homer, a double, and a pair of singles. Into center. Judge makes the catch, and that'll do it. Well, we go bottom 6, and now here is number 93.
Well, every pitcher wants run support, and having a lead is nice, but it can be challenging for some pitchers. I think keeping the mindset to attack instead of trying to be too fine and have too much finesse. Go after hitters and get quick outs.
Back to the top of the Yankee order, and stepping in for the Yankees, Anthony Volpe. And first offering is fouled off.
Well, the guy's throwing a lot of first pitch strikes. As a hitter, you got to be ready to hit. Now, that's not going to help you get deep into his pitch count and into the bullpen, but you got to take what he's offering that day.
And the right-hander deals. That one misses, and it's 1-2. Base is empty, one away here in the bottom of the sixth. Foul ball left side. He'll see another. The pitch. Strike three. Got him looking on the changeup.
Clearly looking out over the plate on that outer third, and that pitch finished. Right down the middle, just a little bit in, and he couldn't pull the trigger.
Jazz Chisholm Jr. now 1 for 2 to the right side, and that chance handled. Fires to first on the run. An acrobatic play to end the inning. 1-2-3 go the Yankees. That won't help much. It's 11-2. Welcome back. We're in the seventh. We have a new pitcher on the mound, Jonathan Loaisiga.
Jonathan Loaisiga.
And now to the plate. Here's the Toronto DH, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
With this kind of lead, he can swing freely, try to hit the ball out of the park, do what he loves to do.
And a pitch. Hammered, base hit.
The batter.
And at first, now the Toronto four-hole hitter, Spencer Horwitz. 4 for 4 with 3 doubles and a single. That one hammered left field. That's back there. And that one hops the wall. Throw comes in. Runner stopped. Second and third. Nobody out.
Everything came together perfectly for him right there. Got a fastball, middle of the plate, jumped all over it. Absolutely smoked that ball.
And now the catcher comes up to hit. Alejandro Kirk. Base hit. 1 run is in. In there. He's safe. It's 13-2.
That's now 3 hits in a row for the offense. Everything was on time and fluid in that swing. Got a pitch he could get the barrel on and lined it into center for the knock. Those always feel good.
And now number 9. Line to left. Verdugo makes the grab. 1 down.
Now back left field, Addison Barger.
And next for Toronto, Addison Barger. The other way. Verdugo snags it for the second out.
Man, he smoked that fastball. He's all over it. It's just frustrating when you can't get it to fall. Maybe next time off he'll find a hole.
And the batter is George Springer. And the way he's going in this one, we've been waiting for his spot to come around again.
All right, listen, everyone. Stop what you're doing right now. This guy's got 2 home runs already. Now he's going for number 3.
And that one is lifted in the air. Soto going after it. He makes the grab. And that is that. They get 2 runs on 3 hits, no errors, and 1 left. 7th inning stretch time. The Jays are out in front, 13-2. Bottom bottom of the seventh.
Leading off
And stepping in for the Yankees, Aaron Judge.
Aaron
The
Judge.
pitch. Judge comes up empty there.
Pretty amazing, his first pitch strike percentage, over 90%. You know you're getting something in the zone first pitch. So if you're a hitter, got to be ready to let it fly, even though he's had a lot of success on that first pitch of the at-bat.
Righty delivers. Hard grounder into the outfield for a knock. So a runner aboard to start the inning.
The bat, the right field.
Juan Soto down.
Soto.
Ground ball left side, could be two. There's one.
Out.
And it's a double play.
Got what he was looking for on the mound right there, and his infielders took care of business. Pretty textbook execution between short and second to turn that into 2 outs.
Here's Stanton now. Who's 0 for 2 with a pair of strikeouts. Out towards right center. That's well struck. And that should be extra bases. Around first and hustling for second. The throw in, and he'll pull in there with a stand-up double.
Everything came together for him. Put a really nice balanced swing on it, and when you can rope one into the gap like that, you're thinking extra bases from the first couple of steps out of the box, and he'll feel real good about that one.
So 2 down, and next for New York, Jose Trevino. That one off the bad part of the bat, just a lazy fly ball. Springer racing over to make the catch. Welcome back, and a new arm on the mound to start the 8th. Phil Bickford. And now for the Jays, Dalton Varsho. 4 for 4. He singled 3 times and hit a home run. And he deals. Swing and a ball lifted left field. And there's one away.
He was all over that first pitch fastball, just barely missed it. Man, this guy was ready to hit.
Back to the leadoff spot in the Blue Jays lineup. So up next for Toronto, Bo Bichette. On a line, base hit. So a man aboard now with one away.
That's back-to-back singles for him. Solid swing from start to end. On time with everything. Really good balance. Nice extension. And he met it out front for the line drive knock.
And next for Toronto, Ernie Clement. Hit hard, base hit. Quick throw back in. Lead runner holds at second with one gone.
All over that one right there. Just a solid swing right there. Caught it out front and ripped it into the outfield for the base hit. Those always feel great.
And next is the designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. That one ripped. Out of here. He'll touch them all. And they tack on 3. It's 16-2. Singy, the ball is jumping off his bat.
Yes, it is. Tons of loud contact. Man, it's been impressive. Well, I'm sure there's a big grin on his face right now, Boog. He's probably had some of those that didn't stay fair, but off the bat, it looked like he was going to be.
Anthony Misevich gets handed the rock out of the pen. He's into the game with the bases empty. Spencer Horwitz next up for the Blue Jays. That one the other way. Verdugo brings it in. 2 away down.
Now back Catcher, Alejandro Kirk.
And here's the catcher, Alejandro Kirk. He is at the top of the game in terms of defense at the catching spot. Swing and a base hit. And that keeps the inning alive.
A couple of hits in a row for him here. That's a good sound coming off the bat, man. And as he connected out front and ripped it into the outfield, that's one of those swings where you just don't even feel the ball hit the barrel. That's a pure stroke.
Now, number 9. High fly ball near the pole. That one is foul.
That ball's hit pretty hard and sure had home run distance, but if you're the pitcher out there on the mound, you execute it. Just a long strike. You go after him and finish him off.
Swing, and that ball smashed down the line. Judge calls it in to end the inning. Ready for the bottom of the 8th, and stepping in for the Yankees, Oswaldo Cabrera.
So game 1 hasn't played out the way these fans had hoped, and losing the opener is never fun, but winning game 2 takes away the sting. So hopefully these fans have something to cheer about next time.
The 0-1. Swings through that one for strike 2.
0-2.
Swing and a drive, deep right field. That one back there. Gone! Another homer. His second home run of the game. It's 16-3. He put a charge into that one.
That was a lightning swing right there, no doubt about it. No matter how this outing ends, that pitch is going to haunt him for a while. An 0-2 mistake. That's supposed to be a pitch out of the zone. He left it in a spot that the hitter could do some damage with, and that's exactly what he did.
Here's the left fielder, Alex Verdugo. Swing and a miss as he was late.
0-1.
And a pitch. Fought off foul. Left-hand hitter waits. Swing and blast one down the line. It's gone if it's fair, but it hooks foul. Pitch. On the ground, right side. Tosses to first, and Verdugo is set down.
Now batting, the first baseman, Ben Wright.
And here's the first baseman. Swings through that one out in front that time.
0-1's
The Yanks with a lot of ground to make up here in the late stages of game 1. Hammered down the right side, but foul. Swings and misses, struck him out.
Got away with that curveball, no doubt about it. It passed right through the heart of the strike zone, and he just couldn't get the bat on it. When you strike out on one like that, that's when you start having conversations with yourself, and they're not usually very friendly.
Volpe in the box now. No balls and a strike. And that's outside. And now it's even 1-1. 2 outs. So a foul ball makes it 1-2. The wind and the pitch. Got him looking, and he didn't like the call. All set for the start of the inning. And now for the Jays, Addison Barger. As he turns on the rubber with that good live arm delivers. Crushed to right. This one's got a chance. Out of here. Home run. Another homer. He's done it again. His second homer of the game. And they tack one on the board. It's 17-3.
He wasted no time in that at bat, swinging at the first pitch, and he punished it. Well, he put a really nice swing on that one, and everything was on time, took a direct path to the ball, excellent extension, and just drove it out of here. Nothing better than when the ball jumps off your bat like that.
George Springer next up for the Blue Jays. Here's a swing and a drive left field, and he knew it. And he's gone yard again. That's his third home run of the game. And they boost their lead. It's 18-3.
Wow, he's putting on an absolute show in this one, and there's no better time than the postseason to go off at the plate like this. I mean, a 3-homer game, always special, but pulling it off.
Out of the bullpen for the Yankees, Luke Weaver.
Luke Weaver.
Now at the plate, Dalton Varsho. Line drive, come on.
It's never fun going back to the dugout after hitting a line drive that finds a glove, but you will get some high fives. You know, when you make great contact, you feel like you've done everything right. But in this game of baseball, not everything is in your control.
High fly ball out towards left field. That one back. And it's out of here. Oh, Bichette blasts one out. Their third home run of the inning. And they add to the lead. It's 19-3.
First pitch hacking, and it paid off for him in a big way. Lightning fast hands to be able to hit that velocity fastball on the inside part of the plate. In my experience, when you're looking out over the plate, allowing the ball to travel, it's pure reaction to hit a pitch in that location. That's a tremendous swing.
Now a chance for Ernie Clement. On a line out towards center. Judge calls it in, and there's 2 away. Two outs, base is empty. Now it's the Toronto designated hitter, Vladimir Guerrero Jr.
Oh, yeah, Boog. He's on the brink of one of your favorite milestones. He's completed 3 legs of the cycle.
I love me some cycle. Hammers that one deep left field, and forget it. A gigantic blast. Make that 4 homers in the inning. It's 20-3.
When a guy's got a real hard fastball, you can't overswing. All you've got to do is get the bat head to the spot. If you do, he supplies the power, and you'll get to jog around the bases like he did right there.
Ian Hamilton taking over on the mound.
Number 71, Ian Hamilton.
Two outs, nobody on. Spencer Horwitz digs in now. That one ripped. That's back there. And it's off the wall. Safely into second. He's got a double.
Wastes no time there. Off the bat, that one registered at 105 miles per hour, man. That is smoking. And these days you hear it all the time, but the numbers just don't lie. If you can drive a ball like that, More often than not, you're picking up a knock.
Alejandro Kirk now at the plate. And that's ripped into left. Base hit. And that'll put runners at the corners with 2 away.
The first baseman, number 9.
First and third, 2 away. And now the first baseman. And a base hit knocks in a run. Throw into third. There's the tag. They get him. And that's the inning. But 9 batters hit in the inning. 5 come around to score. 2, 3, 4 set to hit in the bottom of the 9th. Jays lead it 21-3. Bottom of the 9th. And now it's going to be Jazz Chisholm Jr. And first offering is fouled off. The wind of the pitch. Here's a high chopper. No play. That's an infield single.
Did a nice job getting there. Good throw, but very difficult to get anybody on that one as far as you have to go and throw. You know?
Yeah, no question. It's Aaron Judge now. He swings and hits a fly ball. Center field. Varsho sizing this one up. Varsho snags it on the run.
Now batting, the right fielder, Juan Soto.
He's 2 outs away. Now it's the right fielder, Juan Soto. 0 for 3 with 3 groundouts. Swinging a foul back. That's out of play. Right-hander kicks, deals. Sliced hard but foul. At the belt and fires. Got him looking for the strikeout. Now only 1 out remaining. Giancarlo Stanton at the plate. Outfield playing very deep, not wanting anything over their heads. In there for strike 1.
I mean, his pitch efficiency, ability to get ahead in the count, at times pitch to contact, let the defense work behind him. That's why he's still in the game here in the 9th inning.
And a swing and a miss, and that is the ball game.
It seemed like from the first pitch of this ball game, this guy was going to get it done. A quality start, who knew? He'd throw a complete game and get the victory. But an excellent job of continuing to just throw what the catcher put down. He navigated through this ball game, a jam here, a jam there, but ultimately it was an outstanding outing.
Well, Singy, it wasn't pretty, but here's another look at the final line.
Yeah, Boog, this one wasn't close. Not a lot of drama at the end either, and you just don't see a lot of blowouts in the postseason.
Well, this one ends in a blowout for Chris Singleton and our entire outstanding crew here at MLB The Show. I'm John Sciambi. Thanks for joining us.
The ball game, 4 hours and 16 minutes. Our paid attendance here tonight at Yankee Stadium, 40.
Mm-hmm.